Welcome back, guys, to another vlog, and today we got some work to do. This is particularly on my wife's car, but today we gotta fix the wiper motor that is quite behind here with a brand new one, because frankly you need some wipers when you're driving in the rain. So let's get on to it. Alright guys, let's give you some little background on the car that we're working on today. Yes, you can obviously see it's my wife's car. Now, what it really is a 2009 Chevy Malibu. And it's got just about 100,000 miles on it. And we had to find it because my wife's previous car, which was a 95 Nissan, which I think you guys seen in a previous video, I haven't really said it, but that car was pretty much on his last legs. So we had to obviously go in and find her a new car, and we found this. Now obviously when you buy a used car, you're gonna obviously find something that's probably broken, which is typical. I mean, for as far as this car is, having the wipers not working is by far one of the easier fixes to what you can actually run into when buying a used car. But other than that, the interior isn't great. It's like it's a fully loaded car, and there's a special thing. The driver's seat is the only seat in the car that's actually leather, because the previous seat had some problems with it. So the guy that sold it to us put in another seat from another Malibu, which was leather. So the driver gets to ride in comfort while everyone else has those other seats and not leather. But other than that, all the seats are heated. It's got a power sunroof, power windows, power steering. It's got all the bells and whistles that you would find. Now, as you can see from going on, we removed the trim. Then we didn't quite get to the trim yet because I realized that you got to take off the wipers. But as you can see, I haven't quite figured that out yet. But in a moment you will see that you gotta take the wipers off to get to the trim, which I figured out eventually. And they're just held on by two bolts that hold the wipers in, and the wipers pop right off. And you will eventually figure out that I had a little trouble getting those wipers off, which I haven't done this before, so give me a break, it's my first time. So as you can see now, I finally figured out that I got to get the wipers off. I finally got the one off. I'm working on the second one off. You like my handyman craftsmanship using a big 1/2-inch socket to break it loose because I did not bring over a hammer. So I made do. And there we go, we got the trim off finally. And I can finally start working on getting the motor and the linkage out. Now, as you can see, I'm working on getting it all out. The linkage and motor, they're hooked into the car by 3 screws, 3 bolts with nuts, whatever you want to say. And then it comes all out in one big piece, obviously after you disconnect the electrical wires. And then you will find out that when I first bought the motor, or bought this car and figure this out, I thought it was the motor, and you will see later on that we actually put this back in because we figured out it was not the motor that went bad, even though we put a new motor in. It was the actual linkage that went bad. It was so seized and rusted together that you could just not move it, which then caused a plastic knob that goes on the ball joint that's hooked to the motor to break and then lose all its grease that was in there to keep it moving, and you'll see that later on in the video when we take it out, put the new motor on, and we monkey around with it to try to figure out what the heck's going on. So yeah, you'll see that the day actually changes. I changed clothes. It was actually a week later that we finished filming this video for you guys, and just thought I'd let you know that, well, I replaced one piece, didn't figure out it was a piece, and had to order another one, even though now it's got a whole new motor and a whole new linkage, so I know it's not gonna, anything's gonna happen, but thought I'd let you guys know. Alright, now you can see that I've got the linkage out, I got the motor out. I then disconnect the motor from the linkage and put the new one on. And still, you guys remember at this point, I don't realize that it's not the motor that's wrong, it's the actual linkage. And I'm surprised I couldn't figure that out because I couldn't move the linkage, but I was thinking that's how it's supposed to be. But at the same time, you can see my wife's in there. She's cleaning up the dirt and gunk that sits on that metal, which over time will cause rust. So that's always a smart thing to do. If you're taking stuff apart, you might as well clean it while you're there. And make sure it's clean, make sure it looks good, and so you don't have any problems. But also, you know, you just want your car to look good at the same time, you know? Alright, now I got the motor back on. I'm about to throw it in, and I'm getting the rubber grommet off to put back on, and you can see I pop it off and I lost it. It fell down into the engine bay. And we're sitting there, we're trying to find it, and we thought it fell all the way down to the ground, but it did not. It kind of fell right, I believe right in front of the radiator on a little lip on the front bumper. So you can see we're searching around trying to find it, and we're having a little bit of difficulty. And then I did actually find it, and luckily my arms just could reach in without getting it stuck. Just being able to reach to get that grommet to put on the new motor. So then we can get this back in. Alright, while you guys are looking at this and watching us work, get this thing back together, I thought I'd talk about the channel. Now I know I'm really new to YouTube. It might not be the best videos I do, but I am trying. Now what do you guys want to see? Because I know I really enjoy detailing, but I also want to do a vlog. I might switch them up into two separate channels because seeing the vlogs get more attractiveness, more views, and the detailing. I mean, I've only put up one detailing video, and I know it's very different styling videos to put into one channel. So I think I might leave this channel to more of a vlog type style. And if you guys really do want, I will start putting detailing videos up on another channel, and give you tips and tricks on how to detail and how to do stuff right compared to wrong, what materials and tools I use to what you may use, what I think works best, to what you might think would work best. Give me ideas, see what you guys want to watch, because I will do that accordingly. But also you should stay tuned because I've got another vlog in the process. It is a delivery day. I'm not going to tell you what vehicle, you have to wait and watch, but I have been searching for a vehicle for a while now, and we finally found one. And it's a beautiful car. A little bit older, right around that classical age. But you should stay tuned and watch for that, because that will then become probably the main car on the channel compared to my Honda, which, don't worry, I've still got more things I plan to do with that Honda. I gotta get this new car, get that ready and working so it's safe to drive. I am already driving it, but I want to make sure it's actually safe to drive. So, you know, nothing really happens to it, because it is the most expensive car in the fleet. And I will be giving that a breakdown, saying what, you know, we're gonna do to it, what we plan to do to it, and other stuff that we plan to do on the channel. And if you have any suggestions, you know, let me know. What would you want to see on this new car, or what do you think this new car is? Because I'll be interested to see what you guys think. Alright, now you can see we finally got it together in my first try of doing all this and blah blah blah. Finally figured it all out. Putting it in. As you can tell, it's not a new linkage, so it's the old one, so I haven't really figured it out yet that we gotta replace this. But we're getting it in. I'm gonna start testing it, and then I'll actually figure out that it is the wrong linkage. Well, not wrong linkage, just a bad linkage, and we're gonna have to replace it. So soon you'll see that jump where it looks like it's a new day out, which it is a new day out, and I've got different clothes on. Alright, and then some of you might be wondering why I wear the clothes that you see in the video. Well, first of all, I love my Hawaiian shirts, so you will probably see that a lot of the times, especially in the summer, that I will be wearing a Hawaiian shirt. But other than YouTube, I do work a full-time job. I am an accountant at a local telephone company. I do a lot of work there, 40 hours a week. Very similar to what you guys might see as Burlacker, some of you might know. He's also a full-time accountant doing YouTube on the side. I am also a full-time accountant working on the side, working YouTube on the side. I'm also doing a little streaming here and there with games. I'll be posting those on a different YouTube channels. I know some people might want to watch that. Lately I've been streaming Sea of Thieves, but I also got tons of other games that I can stream, so let me know what you guys want to see on there. But other than that, I live with me and my wife. We live in upstate New York, where it's actually beautiful in New York. We own 3 cars at the point of this video coming out. we got obviously my wife's 2009 Malibu that we are currently working on. And we've got my 2008 Honda CR-V, which you guys seen a couple times. It's at it's got a lot of work done to it. It stands out quite a lot. And I will be doing a video on everything that I've done to that car and the history on that car and what I've done with it. And I think a lot of you will be surprised and interested, maybe a little wondering why I've done what I've done to that car, but this is what I do. I want to make my stuff stand out, you know, be seen. I don't know, I just like being standing out. And now you can tell I've got a different shirt on. It's a different day. We finally got the new part in for the linkage, and we'll work on taking everything back apart because she was driving it in the meantime. So I'm working on taking everything back apart, and don't mind the camera. It's, like I said, I'm still new, and I record everything on my phone currently until it becomes feasible to purchase a camera to use for the channel. And then everything I do, I mean, I could purchase mods for cars to do stuff over time, but it would be a lot faster once the channel starts moving places and I have another stream of income. But right now, my wife is still currently in school. I am the only one that's working, so my income is the only thing that's paying for everything at this point. So you might not see as many mods going on the cars currently or for a while until something, you know, something really starts going on. But until then, I will do the best I can to come up with content. And I do really see how difficult it is to record video, work a full-time job, and do life at the same time. It is a very difficult thing to do, but I enjoy it. And it's what I enjoy doing, is being my own boss, doing my own things, being creative, I guess is a better way to say it. Now, this is my first go at running a business. I mean, you can't, I mean, some people call YouTube a business, some people call it a side job. You can call it what you want. I'll call it business because that's how I see it as an accountant. But this is not my first business I've gotten into. For a while now, well, not too long, but since I graduated high school, 4 years after I graduated high school in 16, I ran a kayak rental service in my area. And I just recently sold that. I think, yeah, beginning of year 2020, I sold it. And I've missed it since. And so I thought this would be a great way to get back into that, but make it a little bit more challenging and I guess more out there. I mean, I've met a lot of people do that, but I think with this over time it will build a lot of my weaker attributes of myself and something different and difficult compared to running a business like that. And now that you see in the video, we have the new linkage on, and it looks obviously a lot better than the old one. And we're gonna put it back in, make sure it works, test it out, and this one obviously will work because I know it's a new linkage, it should work. And then, you know, you can never forget to top up on the washer fluid to make sure you actually have washer fluid to run, because she did actually empty it, or else no, it was emptied when we got it. And since her wipers did not work, we never put any new washer fluid in until now, because it was just didn't make sense. Why would you put washer fluid in a tank when your wipers don't work? It just doesn't make sense. But yes, as you can see, I did have to take it back out because the plastic part that goes over the ball joint on the motor did not go on all the way. I didn't know that it snaps in. Obviously I do now, but doing it first time, I just didn't want to break it, as many people do when they're doing something they haven't done before. They just try to do it and not break it. But as you see, it works. We're good, and now it's time to put it all back together and get it back on the road. Now that it works, she's got good working wipers still. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video. Don't forget to watch out for the next vlog, as it is a delivery day, and I was very excited when I got this car, and now it's time to share it with you guys, and we can go as the history of this car. It will be now on with you guys and me, and you guys will see it for who knows how long, but hope you enjoy the video.